Good morning or good evening, whatever the case may be. Welcome to the People of Diversity Sunday service. We are a multi-faith community, and we have a rotation of 8 speakers from 8 different perspectives, faiths, viewpoints. And at the beginning of a series, we give them a topic, typically 1 or 2 words. Don't give them too much information. And they take that topic and they go back and think about it, meditate, or however they go about it, and come up with a video that they send to us on that topic. We also have a rotation of 10 positive music artists from all over the country. Got some really good people and really good musicians. And we give them the same topic. And they put together a couple of videos and send those to us, and we all goes to Philip, our technical guy, and he puts it together, and comes up with our Sunday service. So, if you would like to help support this effort, we are paying our musicians, we are paying our speakers, we pay Philip. You don't pay us? No. That's okay. If you would like to help with this effort, we would really appreciate if you would go to www.peopleofdiversity.org and push the donate button. It's safe, it's easy, and it's going to help spread this beautiful message that we're sending out, that we are all one. That's something we've discovered about this. We've been doing this a little over a year and a half now, and it's something we've discovered is that even though all of these perspectives are different, bottom line, we are all one. So help us support that. We are, as the pod is tithing to the National Interfaith Alliance, and for the month of October we tithed $87 to them. So our abundance is going further. So please go to peopleofdiversity.org and help us out.
Amen. Many paths to one divinity, right? So last week we wrapped up the Abundance series with Reverend Sue and Melanie England, and it was an awesome, go back and check it out. It was a very, very powerful Sunday service. The music was powerful, as Mel always is, and Sue's message was right on point as usual. So this week we venture into a new series. So based on the timing of the year, we decided to go with a holiday theme or piece. So we offered up to our speakers, if you have a traditional holiday or an event or a time of year that your faith recognizes, and you want to talk on that, go for it. And if not, we're gonna put you into a slot, and you can speak on peace from your faith perspective. So the first week is Swami Dhumavati from the Kashi Ashram in Sebastian, yeah. And she's going to be coupled with Keith Leon, who rumor has it he's in the States somewhere. driving around in his recreational vehicle, having fun. Yes. Okay, so next week, just as I tell you where we're going with this series, we're going to veer off and do a Thanksgiving celebration. And Shannon Plummer is going to do the talk, and Bob Simon is going to accompany her with music. And as we approached Shannon with this, she exclaimed that it was her favorite holiday, and she and Bob immediately went to rubbing their hands together, deciding what they could come up with and create for us for our Thanksgiving as an event for us. So they'll be handling that part. So Facebook. You saw what just happened, right? So it has been a source of just a smidge of anxiety for both my honey and Philip, and the Facebook Pro that we got to assist us. So, and they're still working on it. So this is that time where it's like pay close attention to the notifications, pay close attention to the event. It makes it even more critical that you join the People of Diversity. So People of Diversity, pop it in that search engine at the top of Facebook and join us. And then you'll get all the notifications, whether we be on Facebook, whether we be on YouTube,
right,
or even access to the Zoom link and all the other things that we may have going on as we go out into the future. So directly following, however this is being delivered, we have a deep dive on Zoom, and that has been consistent. And the link is above us and in the little bar below. And the password is truth. Please join us at 11:45 till 12:15. We do a 30-minute deep dive. We visit with the speaker if they show up. Now Swami has. I
think that she's going to probably.
She has come before,
Yeah.
and it's very enjoyable because you get to do that interactive component that perhaps a little bit of prejudice coming out, but that's the way I'm most familiar with those with the Indian religions is that question and answer component, and she kind of comes alive in that part. And I really got the chance to meet her for the first time in the deep dive, so that was enjoyable. And then we do an evening 6 o'clock service. Again, depending on how we're coming to you, YouTube or Facebook Live, but we'll meet again at 6 and see if we can't hang out in whatever chat room is available to us, and visit. If it's on YouTube, we still get to do the visiting. Here's how that has to happen, though. I'm just going to take 1 minute and kind of go through this real quick, because we didn't know what was happening either. But as you enter in, YouTube is going to ask you to put the app on your device first of all, and then to log in. Once you log in, it's going to say, "Do you want to enter a chat room for this video?" Say yes, and you can meet us there. We got to hang out with 3 or 4 people last week. It was our first time. It was enjoyable. We could not shoot hearts and cares and likes, but we could say hello to each other and connect and pop thoughts back and forth to each other. And I think that's all I have on my part of the list.
Okay. Every week we are blessing a state, and if you have fun facts or pictures from the state that we're going to do next week, then send them to us at newwaypod@gmail.com. Still, no one has sent me anything for this, but I'm going to keep doing it because one of these days somebody's going to say, "That's my state," and I want to send something. So feel free. Next week's state is Mississippi. This week's state is Minnesota.
How do you say it, honey?
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Whatever. Okay. Minnesota. It's known as the land of 10,000 lakes, but it actually has over 11,000 lakes. One of every 6 people owns a recreational boat. That's a lot of boats in Minnesota. The Mississippi River begins in Lake Itasca, which is in northern Minnesota, and the beginning of the Mississippi River, and the lake is very small. It's less than 2 square miles of area. Minneapolis, there we go, is the coldest major city in America. They have between 23 and 25 sub-zero degree days per year. 23 to 25 days when it gets under zero. That's crazy. They have more than 50 mosquito species. And all those mosquitoes are coming out in their very short summer, so I think I'd be staying inside in the summer. The biggest mall in the country, the Mall of America, is in Bloomington, Minnesota. It has 4.3 miles of storefront. Here's the last one. This one gets me. Hormel Foods Corporation, which manufactures Spam, is based in Minnesota. And in Austin, Minnesota, there is the Spam Museum. It has the world's most comprehensive collection of spiced pork artifacts. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So, let's hold the people of Minnesota in our hearts, knowing that they want the same things in their lives that we want in ours. They want peace. They want love. They want their families to be safe. They want to have happy lives. And we hold that in our hearts for them. And if you're in Minnesota, open up and feel this good energy coming to you as we all say together. May peace prevail in Minnesota. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail in me. Amen. Thank you. Okay. I have really, even though I have not ever actually got to spend face-to-face time with Swami Dhumavati, we have gotten to be pretty good buddies on chat or texting and emails and on the phone. And she really cares and holds close to her heart what she's doing with the pod. It's very important to her, and we appreciate the effort that she gives us. And she gives awesome talks, and I've learned so much about her faith perspective, and it's beautiful. So I'm really looking forward to hearing what she has to say. I've known Keith Leon for quite a while now. He's been to the pod when we were doing live things. He was there many times, did several of our Christmas concerts with us and other things. And I thought, so what can I say about Keith? So I Googled him. And when I Googled him,
you found out some stuff.
Well, no, but it's funny because his music isn't the first thing that comes up. He's such an amazing songwriter and musician. But that's not, when you Google Keith Leon, that's not what comes up first. He's a writer, he's a publisher, he has his own publication company, he has several published books. He's just a well-rounded, amazing spiritual person. So I'm looking forward to hearing what he has for us today, and we will see you on the other side.
Good morning. This song is written by a dear friend of mine, Daniel Neiman. There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth. As simple as the love inside of you. We speak so many languages, have different clothing, different colors, different names. Different is only dangerous when we forget that in the heart we're all the same. We'll remember once we close our eyes to see that such distances were never meant to be. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. It's Mohammed, it's your mind, it's your soul, it's your sign, it's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth or Father Time. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. It's the power of the love in you and me. It's the moment of creation. It's an everlasting peace. It's It's the freedom of forgiveness. It's the sweetness of release. It's the joy of inspiration. It's the sunshine on your face. It's the birthright of all nations. It's the boundlessness of space. It's the beauty of a baby, the serenity of sleep. It's the anger we abandon, for it's the love that's most deep. It's one power, one power, one power. Yes, that's what we are. One power, one power. Oh, it's the power of the love. It's the power of the love in you and me. There was a time in my life when I had, let's call it, blurred vision. And I wasn't finding peace anywhere. Certainly wasn't finding truth in religion. So one day I decided that I would sit in the silence in my room. And I vowed that I would stay there until something in me moved. And then I heard a voice. It was a still small voice. And this is what it said. God is here. God is here. No matter where I am, God is here. God is here. God is here. No matter where I am, God is here. Yes. And now I see God everywhere, a little more each day. I see God in the flowers and in the bills that I choose to pay. I'm feeling God in my breath, spoken with each word. Oh, I'm feeling God breathe its life into me. Let God's love be affirmed. Sing it with me now. God is here. Oh, sing it now. God is here. No matter where I am, God is here. Let's sing it again. God is here. God is here. No matter where I am, God is here. Well, there once was a wise man, and this is what he said. He said that God is good all of the time, and that stuck, oh, it's stuck in my head. So I said it as my mantra each and every day. I said it until I believed it. Now that's my life each and every day. I have finally achieved it. Sing it with me now. God is here. That's right. God is here and inside of you. No matter where I am, God is here. Wherever you are, God is here in this very room. God is here as me, as you. No matter where I am, God is here. God is here. That's right. God is here. No matter where I am, God is here. Namaste.
Namaste. My name is Swami Dhumavati, and I'm coming to you today from Kashi Ashram in Sebastian, Florida. And I have the great pleasure and privilege to be talking with you today about holidays, about celebration. And obviously, this is the time of year that we head into lots of holidays. Well, that is, if you're Jewish, you just come from a bunch of holidays, but there's a lot more holidays coming. And specifically, I'm going to be sharing with you today about the holiday of Diwali. Now, if you haven't heard of Diwali before, or even if you have, it is one of the most joyful holidays, and it is a very universal holiday. And it is the celebration of light. So what is there not to be happy about with the celebration of light? And we could all do with a little bit more light in our lives, what with all the world stuff that's going on around us. Finding light is sometimes a little challenging. So yes, this is metaphorical. And yes, it's a way to act it out, to actually create light, to decorate, to do all sorts of things. So I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but let's see. We'll take a journey to India specifically. This is a very Indian holiday. And it's also, interestingly, it crosses multiple faiths and beliefs. So India is a very religious, multicultural kind of place with all sorts of different religions. And today we're going to kind of just touch in about three religions: the Hindu religion, the Sikh religion, and Jainism. And they all these three faiths celebrate Diwali. So you can imagine that in India at this time of year, everybody's out there celebrating. So in their different ways, it's done slightly differently and with different emphasis, as you will see. So I'm going to try and share a PowerPoint with you today. Because I think images help, and hopefully this will all work out all right. So whoopsie, so there we go. So we're talking about Diwali. And by the way, Diwali is the date of Diwali, and actually the date of most Hindu holidays specifically, is determined, I'm trying to get that out of the way, is determined by the lunar calendar. So although we can say, yes, Diwali usually falls in November, but sometimes it's in October. And that's true for most of their holidays. It's not a fixed date. It's not like the 25th of December. It's always Christmas, right? But it shifts depending on the lunar calendar. So you always have to kind of look at the calendar ahead of time. You're like, okay, this year, when's it going to be? and then you build your programming, your events or whatever around that. At least we do here at Kashi. So Diwali. So what you will, if you went to India at this time of year, if you have friends who are Hindu, they would be lighting these little lamps. Actually, they'll light lots of lamps, but in particular these ones, which are called diyas, or deep is also a lamp, and they have oil in them, and they put them everywhere, and I mean everywhere. So yes, so I'm just going to go into sort of the general background about this. And Indian style is just amazingly beautiful and ornate and colorful, and this celebration, this holiday, is spectacularly gorgeous and beautiful, and like I said, very universal. Just amazing, and the visuals are just quite something. So here you see, I mean, thousands and thousands of these little lamps all lit up and arranged into these beautiful patterns. This isn't a great picture, but you get the idea. It's really incredible. So at this time of year, there's some preparation, right? So you don't just kind of light a candle. It's really, this is for many people the beginning of the new year, of the Hindu year. For some people, Navaratri, which we just finished celebrating a couple of weeks ago, the celebration of Mother Durga, is the new year, but this is also the new year for some people. And as such, as you do sort of at the beginning of new year, it's kind of time to clean out. So it's cleaning the houses, throwing out old stuff, and it's a time for some of us who like clothes, it's a time to buy new clothes and dress up a little bit. So all the shopkeepers are very happy because they do a roaring trade in clothes in particular. It's also a time of well, you'll see fireworks and dancing, and actually at Kashi we usually at this time of year, if it wasn't COVID, we invite a Sikh friend of ours to come from Oregon who is a Bhangra dancer, and she leads us in dancing, and it is so fun. It is just like this delightful celebration. And yes, we'll be dancing at home by ourselves. Sorry, wrong way. Here we go. So another thing that is done at Diwali is this. So this is called Rangoli. So Rangoli are patterns and designs that are usually made with colored rice or sand, and they'll be put on the floors, sometimes by the doors, in different places. And they can be incredibly ornate. I'm not quite sure how many I got pictures of that. Yeah, here's another one. Just incredibly ornate. And of course, the next day you sweep it up, and it's just like, oh my goodness, all that work, like a Tibetan mandala. But it's creative, it's beautiful, and it's part of the way that Diwali is celebrated. All right, so let's go back to the Hindus. So we're going to start kind of teasing out the different traditions and why, or how it's significant for them. So for the Hindus, so here, I'm not sure what city this is in. It might be in Benares, but we're by a body of water and there are steps on the other side. So in Hinduism, the story of Diwali relates to the Ramayana. So if you haven't heard of the Ramayana, it's kind of like, I wouldn't compare it exactly to the Bible, but there's the Mahabharata and the Ramayana. The Ramayana is part of the Mahabharata. Anyway, it's one of the very important and original texts that Hindus use. And it's about Ramayana, and just sort of a thumbnail, a version of his story. He was a prince. He was supposed to be made king of his kingdom. His father was getting old, and one of his stepmothers kind of didn't like this idea and thought her son should be king. So he ended up, by some trickery, he and his wife Sita ended up being banished from the kingdom for 14 years. So this was a big upset, and they ended up living in the forest and having all sorts of adventures, and Sita got captured and she had to be rescued and all these things. It's a whole lot of fabulous drama, and it's a classic Indian story. And in the villages, you'll well, I guess before TV and cell phones, there would be evening performances of the Ramayana, and everybody would gather around and watch. And it's Bollywood has made tons of versions of this story, of course. But Diwali, so at the end of the 14 years after Sita's been rescued from Lanka, where Ravana had captured her, it's time for Rama and Sita to go back to Ayodhya, to the city where he was supposed to be made king. And this celebration, Diwali, is the residents of Ayodhya put all these lights out to line the pathway as he returned to the kingdom. And yes, it's welcoming back the rightful heir to the throne. And that's Hinduism for you. So the Sikh tradition is a little bit different in their relationship to Diwali. For them, this relates to their sixth guru. So I believe it's right, I'm right in saying they had 10 or 12 gurus. It might have been 12, but their sixth guru was Guru Hargobind. And Diwali is the celebration of his release from prison. So, you know, there's always fighting and contention. And I think it was the Mughals that had imprisoned him. And Diwali is the celebration of his release and coming back. And I think I have a picture later on. Let's see if I can find it. There's a picture of here we go. In Amritsar, the Golden Temple. So the Golden Temple is the huge temple, and the center of Sikh Dharma. And you can see the thousands of people sitting around this beautiful pond, and then the Golden Temple across the water is lit up. And so this is how Diwali is celebrated by the Sikhs. And then we have the Jains. Let's see if I can get, oh, there's more. Yeah, a young Sikh lighting candles in front of the Golden Temple. So in Jainism, the 24th teacher. So the 24th teacher's name was Mahavira. And Diwali is the celebration of his enlightenment, his attaining nirvana. So a little different feel to this celebration. And the Jains are, you know, their main premise is ahimsa, is causing no harm. So they won't let off fireworks and do things that are a little bit more aggressive or potentially harmful to animals or people. So they are more contemplative. They celebrate Diwali with fasting and prayer, and it's over a period of days, so that isn't just a one day kind of thing. But again, there is this, achieving nirvana of overcoming the limitations of the mind, of the heart, of the body, and achieving the goal. So this is the Jain way. And by the way, Mahavira, it lived, and the date that they have according to Google is 527 BCE. So 500 years before Christ. So it's a long time ago, and it's recorded, and it's quite something. So let's. So here's an oil lamp for you. Let's spend the next 5 minutes or so doing a meditation on light, of going into light, of celebrating and birthing the light within ourselves. So if you want to have your eyes open and just focus on the candle if you like, or you're welcome to close your eyes, whatever works for you. And start to be aware of your breath. Breathing in and out with awareness. Focusing on the light. If you have your eyes, I tell you what, if you open your eyes, if they're closed, open them and focus on the light. And really focus. And then after a little time, close your eyes and see if you can still have that image, that negative image of the light. And still having your focus on that negative image behind your eyelids. An awareness of the breath, awareness of the potency of light. The potency of how one small light in the darkness can overcome that darkness. Darkness cannot overpower light, but light can overpower darkness. And with your breath, breathe light into your heart on your next inhale. Breathe in light as if it were a substance. And fill your lungs with light. Make sure that your back is straight, that you're comfortable, and that you have room to take nice deep breaths. And on your inhale, breathe in light as if it was a healing energy, which it is. Fill your body, your lungs, your torso with this light, with your breath. And on the exhale, consciously release any little pockets of darkness, of tension, of anxiety, of any dis-ease, anything that makes you uneasy, dis-easy. Let it go on the exhale. And then on the next inhale, breathing that light into your body, nice and deeply. Filling, filling, filling. Allowing the light to expand into your body. And using the exhale again to release. And just keep the breath going, visualizing light entering your body, literally diffusing from your lungs like the oxygen as it goes into your bloodstream. See, if you want, you could see like little candles, little points of light filling all the cells in your blood and being taken around the body to all parts of the body, to your fingers and toes at the end of your arms and your legs, to every single part of your body. Bring this light physically into your body. And any areas of tension, tightness, any areas that talk to you where you store tension or stress, bring that light. Bring the light deliberately. You can focus and use the light to heal that area. And on your exhales, releasing, you can see that dark energy. And it's not terrible energy, just things that we don't need anymore being released out on the out breath. Filling the body with light so that after a little time, the whole body is now becoming radiant. That there's this internal glow that comes up to the skin and goes out into the room around you. And as you become lighter, as in light and dark, you also become lighter in terms of weight, in terms of heaviness and lightness, that kind of light. And feel your body being lighter, more buoyant. And then your next out breath, bring the breath up deliberately up to the top of your head and breathe out the top of the head. And the next in breath, breathe in over your head. Here you're breathing into your light body, your spirit body that is over your head. Breathing in and out here. This is the place of unity, of oneness, connection with all things. Feel free, feel for a moment that all is taken care of and you have this time to feel the real you, the you that is carried from lifetime to lifetime. The you that is part of all things. The you that is beyond the body, beyond form and yet connected to all things. And on the next breath in, breathe that light, that gift of spirit body, and breathe it in through the top of the head, through the crown chakra, and bring it down to the third eye. And bathe the third eye in light. And bringing the light, the energy down to your throat, bathing the throat in this light. And then bring down to the heart. Feel the heart bathed in light, in healing, soothing, nurturing light. And feel pains and burdens, stresses, fears, anxieties, all those things bathed in the light, and so they're not so important anymore, not so paramount. And taking a breath into the heart, we bring our hands in pranam and say happy Diwali to you. May your life, may your heart be filled with light. And may all around us, in our families, in our towns, in our country, also be bathed in light and healing and grace. Namaste.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Swami, that was amazing. Thank you again for the patience and the willingness to teach. I'm very grateful. Keith, I love you, man. You're just amazing. Thank you, brother, for always showing up. We're very grateful that you are a part of our community. Thank you. Philip, master of all things on video and finding out how to fix everything. Thank you, sir. I appreciate all your hard work and the hours and hours and hours you're putting into keeping us functional here. We are very, very, very grateful. Thank you for all that you do. 11:45. The link is up high, down below. The password is truth. And we will see you in Zoom, and we will be able to see each other's eyes and visit and giggle and hear each other's voice, and it will be very groovy. 6 o'clock tonight, we can meet again in whatever format that we're coming to you. And don't forget, if it is in the YouTube, to connect into that chat room so that we can visit a little bit.
Okay, again, peopleofdiversity.org. Go there and push that donate button. Help us keep this going, please. We appreciate it. And right now we want to just take a moment, take a breath, vision the abundance that's coming to the pod and that circulating through us and going out into the world, helping our community and so much further. We say thank you, Spirit. Amen.
Oh.
Okay, we're not done. One more thing.
Stay with us for a minute.
We like to close our service every Sunday with an energetic healing circle. We want everybody to just take a moment, close your eyes, bring into your thoughts and your heart anyone that you know that needs healing, could use some positive energy, especially if that's yourself, open up and give and receive. And we're going to listen to this closing song and just spend the minute or two, it's less than 3, I'm sure, and just put that energy out and receive the energy and join together with us in this community. It's all energy and it's real. This isn't fairy stuff. This is real. Ask Einstein. All right, so we'll see you all either right after this at the deep dive, tonight at 6, or next week, or all 3. Thank you.
One power, invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power, indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth. As simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love.